Good morning. We are here at Epcot today, and we are going to really just kind of roam around and see what's happening in the park today. We're going to hit pin traders. We're going to look for a few pins. We have a Guardians of the Galaxy virtual queue, so we'll go see Guardians, and then we might leave Epcot. We might go to Disney Springs, to the House of Blues, or to ESPN Club on the boardwalk, try and catch the NASCAR race on TV, have some good food. So come along with us, and we'll have some fun. All right, so we are in, it's called the Camera Center, rather. It's just under Spaceship Earth, and it does not look like they have the pin that we're looking for. We're looking for some DVC member pins. There's a new set with the Animal Kingdom, the Tree of Life, rather. So I really wanted to try and get it, but it doesn't look like they have it here. They do have some pass holder stuff up here, pass holder 50th pin, 2022 Magic Band with Figment. So some cool things, but not quite what we're looking for. And if you like the Character on Parade series, they have a lot of those. So that's the Camera Center just under Spaceship Earth. But I think we're going to go head out into the park and take a look at some other things. So we're going to try Creations Shop. So Creations is the big shop in Epcot, sort of the main go-to place for everything Epcot that you could want. So we're going to check that out. We're going to see, we're not only going to look for the pins that I'm looking for, the DVC pins I was referring to, we're also going to look for that Orange Bird shirt that we were after for so long yesterday, and we unfortunately did not find the right size. So we're going to give it a try, and we'll see what happens. But let's head in. It's just, I'm looking at the front of the shop now, and we'll see what happens. So in Creations, they have some of the 50th anniversary merchandise for the Main Street Electrical Parade. Got some shirts, Loungefly. I feel like these Loungeflies are very popular. They always seem to go. Got a few shirts over here as well. Ooh, come around the side. This is a nice shirt, button-up shirt. So if you're looking for this type of merch, they still have it around. This is in Creations, so you can check this out. I know they also have a Magic Band to go along with this, and that's behind the desk. A lot of the limited edition stuff you got to get from behind the desk in the checkout line. So it's here. You can get it at Epcot. It's not just Magic Kingdom. I think it's funny, you know, a lot of this stuff is branded for Disneyland, if you look at it, because it premiered in Disneyland 50 years ago, not in Walt Disney World, but it did make runs in Walt Disney World in that time. So they still have a lot of really cool Guardians merchandise. They have this Infinity Stone pin set, which I really like. It's $39. It has a little kickstand on the back attached to it so that you can display it. That's really cool. Some shirts. There's some Loki merchandise. Nice. The chalice, I guess, right here. Chalice cup, not really sure. They still have some of the pin sets. Now, these are not the limited edition sets that came out for the ride opening, but they do have them. This is a really cool iPhone case. It's got no protective front, which I'm not a fan of. $34.99, so not bad. It's pretty good for a phone case, and it's a fun phone case, but again, no front protection is probably what, for me at least, does it. But a lot of really cool pins here. I like the honorary Guardians pin. I'm thinking about getting this myself. It's silver. So if you don't know about how Disney does a lot of their merchandise pricing, they use these colors and then they correlate the color to a price. Now, I don't see silver on here, so maybe it's on the other side. No silver there. All right, but you know, I might hang on to this one. And this is another really cool one too. It's like neon, very 80s design. This one just has the price on the back, $12.99. I'm gonna hang on to these two, and we'll see. Maybe I'll get them. How cool is this? They have the Nano Gauntlet, Tony Stark's gauntlet from the Avengers movie. Forgive me, but they have a bar inside and then some grips that you can take hold of. These two fingers move together. These fingers are all individual. And then with it, you get the 6 Infinity Stones with it. It's battery operated. It has some sound effects. And you can snap. Now, I didn't see the Thanos Gauntlet around today, so I'm not sure that they still have that. Put that back on display. No Thanos Gauntlet from what I'm seeing, but they do have a lot of the other movie props, Loki's Scepter. They have the orb as well as some other props from the movies. So really cool. If you're a Marvel fan like me, this is probably something you want to check out. The the Tony Stark gauntlet is $99.99, and again, you get the stones with that. All the individual items, they're a little less pricey, but they only come with one stone. Some of them have special effects, so really cool collector's items. Orange Bird. Disney's very much celebrating Orange Bird in July. They have some statues. They have the Dorney and Burke bags. Try and give you a better view. They have some polos over here. We're still not finding the shirt that we're looking for. We got some mugs, and these on the back are the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. That just ended. We're here between the time of the end of that festival and the start of the food and wine. So a lot of Orange Bird stuff, just not the shirts that we're looking for. They still do have a lot of the Flower and Garden Festival merchandise with the Orange Bird on it. They have the magic bands here. You got to look at that right there. Some hats, shirt. I have a pin with that same design on it. I love that pin. More hats, some shorts. So if you're still looking for Flower and Garden stuff, they've definitely got it at Creation Shop. They have a lot of these magic bands. Look at how many magic bands they've got. Wow. Really cool. So we just did mobile checkout. So mobile checkout is super convenient. They have it at the Creation Shop, which is here in Epcot, as well as the Emporium in Magic Kingdom and World of Disney in Disney Springs. So 3 of the really big shops. It's super convenient. You just scan the barcode on the back of the item using your phone camera, and then it rings up any discounts that you might have. So if you have an annual pass linked to your My Disney Experience account, or if you have a Disney Vacation Club membership linked to your My Disney Experience account, it automatically takes those discounts into account. And so you get the discount, and it saves you a lot of time, saves you all the time that you would spend on the line. So it's super convenient. I love the mobile checkout. I really hope that they offer that at more locations soon. But you could tell we just walked into Club Cool. So we're going to try some of the different sodas, and we're going to have some fun with it. First, we tried the soda from the Philippines, which I believe is similar to Fanta, called Royal. It's really good. It's really sweet. I have a bit of a sweet tooth, so just about anything sweet I will have. The second one we had was from Madagascar. That one was also pretty sweet. It's a little lighter, more refreshing. And then the third one I really just tried for, the novelty of it, Beverly. A lot of people know Beverly from the Disney parks. It is from Italy, produced by Coca-Cola. It's super bitter. It's really, I don't like Beverly, and it seems like it's a very polarizing soda. Some people really like it. Some people really don't. I am on team. I really don't like Beverly. It's super bitter going down, and it's gross. But as you can see, we have some storms rolling in again. So we are anticipating rain between 1 and 2 o'clock today. So those clouds, they're back. Did bring my rain poncho. That didn't really seem to help yesterday. Hopefully we don't get rain like that. But we're going to try to head down to actually out the International Gateway. So that's the park's second entrance exit station that leads right onto the Boardwalk Resort area, or that's the Epcot Resort area, but it's part of the Boardwalk. And that includes the Boardwalk Resort, as well as the Yacht and Beach Club, as well as some other shops and dining. So we're going to check out the ESPN Club. We want to ask them if they will play the NASCAR race today. So the NASCAR race is going to be on USA, and we're going to see if they're able to play it on one of their TVs. If so, we might hang around, get some lunch, and watch the race over there until our boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy gets called. We're not anticipating that that's not going to be until about 4 o'clock. So we'll do that, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to put the camera away while we are going over there. It's a long trek. We're going to go all around pretty much the entirety of World Showcase. So we'll do that, and then we'll check back in later once we are at ESPN Club or in that general area. We are here by the World Traveler. This is a gift shop just outside of the International Gateway, which is right here. That's the secondary entrance I was saying. It's kind of in the back of the park. It's between the UK and the France pavilion. So France is over there. UK is just on the other side. I guess just a heads up, word of advice. Always look at the Walt Disney World, My Disney Experience app prior to doing something. ESPN Club, we did get over there. Had to go through a little bit of rain. Wasn't that bad. Certainly not as bad as the storm we did yesterday. ESPN Club is temporarily unavailable, so always check the app, just make sure. So we're heading back into the park. We're gonna go to Soarin and see what the wait is over at Soarin. The app says about 25 minutes, so we'll check out Soarin, maybe Living with the Land, that's also over there. And then I think at that point we are going to head out, go to Disney Springs, and we're gonna see if we can go to the House of Blues, catch some racing, and we'll figure out sort of after that what we do from there. It is right now absolutely disgusting outside. It is super muggy after that rain. There really wasn't a lot of rain, definitely not compared to yesterday. But we're here in the Land Pavilion, as you can see behind me. Downstairs they have Sunshine Seasons. That's a quick service meal that you can go and get, or quick service restaurant rather, that you can go and get a meal at. And this facility also houses Soarin' Around the World. That's the ride that we're trying to go on right now, as well as Living with the Land. So we're gonna go check those out, and we'll see what it's like. Right now the wait seemed pretty short, but still, you know, we wanna be able to get to Disney Springs in time for a good meal at House of Blues to watch the race. All right, so as you can see here, we are in line currently for Soarin' Around the World. And this giant screen, there's a few of these throughout the queue of this attraction, as well as screens throughout the queue of many attractions, not just in Epcot, but also in Magic Kingdom. These go in hand with the Play Disney Parks app. It's a super cool app. You can download it for free from the App Store or wherever you get your apps. And essentially what this does, it allows you to play games while you're waiting in line. It's really nice. It's a great way to kill time while you're waiting to get on your ride. As you can see here, we're looking at some trivia for Soarin' Around the World related to places that you visit on your Soarin' Around the World trip. So you should definitely check that app out. I will try to remember to leave a link down in the description below. It might be a while before I get to editing the video, so we'll see if I remember to do that. We just got off of Soarin' back there in the Land. So unfortunately, it seems like there was some type of issue or something happening. A lot of lightning lanes, which is fairly unusual for Soarin', especially in the middle of the day. So I don't know if maybe the rainstorm earlier closed a few rides and people started using their lightning lanes at Soarin'. I'm not too familiar with lightning lane. I've never used it, but we were able to get on and we got B1, which is great. Now, if you talk to anybody who's been on Soarin', B1 is the best section to sit. Sometimes you can request it. You know, you can ask the cast member to request to sit there, and they generally do try to seat you if you request it, but sometimes the section's filled and so forth. B1 is basically right the top center of the ride. Section B, row 1. That's the best place to sit. If you sit on either side in rows or sections A or C, there's sometimes a little skew in the video depending on how far over you sit. There's bubble effect in the screen, but we are going to now head over to Disney Springs. We're gonna go hopefully to the House of Blues, maybe Splitsville, try and watch the NASCAR race over there. They're in Atlanta today, and hopefully we'll get there before there's any more rain. I'm looking at a big cloud right there that doesn't look too promising, so well, it's a race to get to the buses. So we've made it over to Saratoga Springs Resort now. The reason why we're here is because there is no direct bus route that goes from any of the theme parks to Disney Springs. So that means the only way you can get to Disney Springs by bus is if you go from a resort. Now, Saratoga Springs, this is the resort. This is Disney Springs. So you can walk. There's a walkway from Saratoga Springs to Disney Springs that you can take. That's what we're doing right now. And we'll go over to the west side. Now this walkway will bring us in a marketplace, so it'll still be a bit of a walk once we actually get in. But it's an alternate method, essentially, of getting from point A to point B. We'll go over to House of Blues, see if we can catch the NASCAR race at a bar seat, and we'll have a good time. It's also worth noting that if you do this, if you go to Saratoga Springs and then walk over to Disney Springs, the best bus stop to get off at Saratoga is the bus stop for Congress Park. That's the section of the park, or rather of the resort, that you want to get off at. It's very close, very quick walk to get onto the walkway. So we have made it to House of Blues. The race has already started, so I didn't film this until after the end of stage 1, but we have our drinks and we have some food. that I'll show you right here. I got a green gator. This is melon liquor, pineapple juice, and toasted coconut rum. And we also have the barbecue nachos. We added brisket for an additional $6, so the nachos are $15. You add brisket for $6. You can also add grilled chicken and pulled pork for $5 each. These are really good. These are a favorite. We get them every time we come to House of Blues. It's a non-negotiable. So we're gonna drink, eat, and watch some racing. We are out of the House of Blues, had such a great time. We sat at the bar, so you don't need a reservation for the bar seating, and it was just such a great time. Our bartenders, Joe and Tina, were absolutely amazing, super friendly. Were talking to us during the race, asking us some questions. I mean, really, you feel like you're really part of something at House of Blues, and it's a lot of fun. So I would recommend anybody who comes out, come to House of Blues. The drinks are amazing. Their Long Island iced teas are super great. They have happy hour. Today wasn't one of those days where they have happy hour, but what's even crazier, so earlier today when we were at Epcot, I said that we had a Guardians virtual queue. We left as we got called back for Guardians of the Galaxy. We were leaving to Saratoga so that we could come over here. So I canceled that reservation, or rather the virtual queue, in hopes that somebody else could get it. And it ends up that at 5:36 during the race, I was able to book another virtual queue. So we're now going to head back to Epcot, and we have another virtual queue for Guardians later tonight. We'll only have been on it once, but all in all, it seems like things are working out pretty good for us. Caught the race at House of Blues, had a great time. Gonna go back to Epcot, ride Guardians. So we're gonna head back to Saratoga Springs to catch a bus over to Epcot because, again, can't go from Disney Springs to a theme park or vice versa. All right, we have made it back to Epcot. Not quite there yet, still gotta go around the turn and scan in, but we got called on the way here for our boarding group, so we'll head in, and I think Guardians is right back there. I don't know if you can see it, it's behind all those trees. Head on in. Here is the lovely spaceship Earth. It's just the most photogenic thing in Walt Disney World, but we are headed now in, and we're going to catch our Guardians ride. I'm very excited. I've only been on it once before. We got, what was it? We got Blondie, One Way or Another was the song that we got. We got it when we were here for the annual pass holder previews. So this will only be my second time. I'm very excited. Also worth noting, so we got the boarding group at 5:37. I'm not sure. I said it earlier in the video. But we got in the boarding group really late, and it's now just before 8 o'clock. It's about 7:55. Our group got called on the bus ride over around 7:53, 7:52. So we weren't supposed to, according to the app, we weren't going to be called until about the end of the night, about 8:30, maybe 8:45. So this is really early. So I don't know if this is a regular thing, but if you're in the parks and you have an end of the night reservation, or virtual queue rather, be aware they may call you early. Here it is, tucked away behind the monorail track. There it is, that's a better view. Guardians of the Galaxy.
The armor is placed over the standard uniform.
You know, I guess, I mean, it was really a group effort to execute my plan. Thank you, Gamora.
I'm excited because you made me here. I would love to hear more about how Tara was chosen for
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayan, commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years.
Welcome, people of Epcot. Epcoters. Epcotians. Citizens of Epcot. Does anyone know what they call themselves? What? Someone needs to tell me what I'm on. Welcome, Epcot Terrans. I am Centurion Tal Merrick, and we're just about ready to teleport you up to the ship for the demonstration. As you're about to enter a secure Nova area, I must ask you to put away your Terran communication devices at this time. Here we go. You made it. I mean, of course you did. Nova Prime, they're ready. That is a big man. I need to alert Nova Prime.
I have been watching Terrans for eons. This species has failed.
Wait, well, we need to go to the test.
It's got the cost of generator. It's creating a new jump point.
Jump point to where?
Not where. When.
So good.
You jump point.
It's going back to the normal time.
Over now. Did they get any worse?
We just got off Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It was great, but real quick, we popped into Treasures of Xandar to check out what they have. This is actually my first time. Last time when I came for the preview, Treasures of Xandar was not open. They have a ton of the Stark Nano Gauntlets, more of the props. We have the Ether. This is the Orb from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. More Ether, Loki's Scepter, the Tesseract. That's probably my favorite, the Tesseract. $99 for the Tesseract. $119 for the Scepter. Loki's helmet. They have some other cool stuff here. They have some blind box pins. That's what those pins look like. They have a Thanos one with the gauntlet. That's honestly, that's pretty cool. If that was an open edition pin, I'd probably get that. Some sculpted pens, those cups or chalices. And look, this is interesting. This did not show up on the map earlier, but apparently Xandar, Treasures of Xandar might have mobile checkout. Scan that QR code, see what happens. Some magnets, some more pins. I am Groot. So it's a lot of Groot. They place some projections just over here. This is a cool shirt. I probably don't need a long sleeve shirt right now. When I was a kid, I used to love these die casts. I still I collect some NASCAR die casts, that's about it. So, the keychains. They have, oh, this is the Star Blaster that's outside of the attraction. Some hats. Some more retro Guardians style merchandise. Now, I love this neon sign, it's $150. I'm not quite on the market for a neon sign, but that is very cool. And if I ever do need a neon sign, I know where to go. Some more keychains, pins, some great merchandise. Lots of really cool honorary Guardians merchandise, like those pins we showed earlier. This one's a sleeveless, I believe. Wait, maybe not quite sleeveless, but a lot of cool merchandise. Oh, look, they have Star-Lord's helmet. Ha, this is really cool. As a Marvel fan, I geek out on these things. We'll put that back. Star-Lord's jacket. This is a youth size, adult down here. Some other wonderful treasures of Xandar. So here is some of those props, or prop replicas rather, from the movies unboxed. You got the Tesseract, that one's a very popular one. It was seen in the Avengers as well as many other movies. The Orb from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. The Ether right here behind it is Loki's scepter. Look at that. I think this is the coolest thing, honestly. Oh, and here is on display, just like in the movie, with those little arms putting the stones in. And remember, you buy this, you get the stones, all 6 of them with it. I think this is super cool. I don't think I can fit anything additional in my bag on the ride home, but I would love to get this. This would be a really cool display piece. They also sell the set of 5 stones separately from the Infinity Gauntlet. However, I believe the Soul Stone you do not get if you don't get the Gauntlet. No other way of getting the Soul Stone. You have to get the Gauntlet. But if you just want the stones, pretty neat. We got Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's a good song. It's definitely a different feel than One Way or Another, a much faster paced song. Definitely adds a different element into the ride and what the ride is and how it feels. So it's really interesting. I'm really excited. I want to try and get as many of the songs as I can. I really want Iran, A Flock of Seagulls. I love that song. I think it's a great song. And so I'm really hoping that I can get that next time. We're going to try and come again tomorrow. They have extended hours here at Epcot tomorrow. So we're really hoping that maybe we can get one more virtual queue during that. So it seems like a lot of people are headed to the lagoon to watch Harmonious. We are not. We're going to take advantage of this time, and hopefully we're going to get on, in very timely fashion, Test Track, which I'm looking at now right across the way. So Guardians is right here. You just walk out a little bit, you pivot, and there's Test Track right there. So I love Test Track. Test Track is probably, this was my first favorite attraction ever for Epcot. I love it so much. So we're going to go on. I don't know what we'll do after that. Park closes in about 20 minutes, so we're getting on this line kind of late. But, you know, I think it's still a great time to get on rides to try and, while you know, everybody likes to go see the fireworks, you know, I would always recommend watching the fireworks if you only come every few years, or if you like the fireworks, of course, then you want to watch it. But if you're not really a fan of the fireworks, or maybe if you come pretty often like I do, you don't have to watch the fireworks. Take advantage of the time. Go on a ride. All right, so part of the ride here at Test Track, or part of the experience rather, is that you get to create a custom concept vehicle, a Chevrolet custom concept vehicle, and so we're going to do that now. Once you make the car, it feeds back into the queue. So that car, that concept car you just made, is now linked to your ticket or your magic band that you scanned at the start of the process of creating that custom concept vehicle. And then you hop back into the queue. Before you get on the ride, scan your band, see your design, and then you get to race it on the sim track. I love the walk out of Test Track for no other reason than the cars that are on the way out. I love this. Look at this. This is a Chevrolet Corvette. This is after they redid them, and it's a mid-engine now. So engine's back here, 2-seater. Looks pretty slick. Nice color. Look at that. So there's more than just the one car when you come out. So you have, this is a little gaming area. You can use the car, your concept car, to play some mini games, and then the Chevrolet showroom where they put in all of the latest models, and they update it pretty regularly. Lovely cars here, lovely. They have some photo ops in the back, just back there. That one's with a Camaro, looks like. You can find out more about the vehicles. That's gonna be a wrap. We just got off the Test Track, and we're gonna head back to our hotel What a great day, honestly. Started out, got in Epcot a little bit late, got a queue for Guardians, canceled it to go over to Disney Springs, had a great time at House of Blues, had a fantastic time with the bartenders, came back to Epcot, was able to get that really late virtual queue for Guardians, did Test Track, Soarin, pretty much my 3 favorite attractions at Epcot. So that's a win for me. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we'll have some more great stuff for you soon. We'll be back at Epcot tomorrow. So really excited, extended hours. Everybody, thanks for watching. Good night.